right? So do you know what's been interesting for me is that people who don't know it's AI and who heard the song were like, wow, this is nice. But then people who know it's AI and then hear it, they immediately have this resistance. They immediately feel like, oh, this is not real, or why can't I hear your voice? Why do you think that is?
I think the first thing is, especially like the people who follow us, like it's been 4 years since we released like a record, you know. So 4 years is a long time to make like people wait for us, and then when we do put something out,
It's not even us.
it's not even us. But I wouldn't say it's completely not us, dude.
Yeah. So that's the point of this. This is the point of us breaking it down of how much of us is in that record.
Man, honestly, I would say almost 95% of the record is us.
Is us, right?
Yeah, only 5% or even lesser is actually AI. You know? Only the vocals. Even the melody, we can argue, even the melody, we actually made it ourselves. If you listen to the recording we did, like when we made When It Ends, you're saying like, when it ends. And when we prompted it into Suno, it kind of came out, generated that way, because what we did was we put the whole record on loop and we wrote to the way that the record sounds, the sample sounds.
Yeah.
So in a way, AI is kind of like working like us too. AI just like, it's like a, what's that word? Like a catalyst.
Right.
It's just a catalyst.
It executed our feelings and emotions in some way. Because at the end of the day, we looped that sample or whatever, we wrote to it, we jammed to it, typical of what we would do in a regular recording studio.
Right.
And then it just executed the recording of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah, so instead of me going into the booth or you going into the booth, we got AI to execute that part of the record. And everything else is pretty much...
And like, you know how like in the studio, if you like ask an artist to sing and you're like, okay, can you do like this kind of melody? That's our prompts.
You're prompting the artist, right?
That's our prompts. It's like what you want. You want a Carnatic feel, you know? You want like a gangster rap. What do you want? You want a jazzy feel, you want like an R&B. That's our prompt to it. But what we're getting is kind of like a gamble also. But end of the day, we are still, the prompt determines the output.
Yeah.
So the emotions are already set in that.
Yeah.
And on that note, how did we make Just So I'm Enough?
That's the first song we made. See, again, it goes back to feelings and emotions, right? Because I remember when we went to the camping trip, that was the mood. I'm not saying it was a sad mood, but it wasn't a celebratory thing at that point. It was just being up in the clouds and trying to capture some real raw emotions with what you were going through and what I was going through, and we just put it together. And I remember we watching that clip,
The Joe Budden clip.
that Joe Budden clip.
It was a clip of Joe Budden saying like why women need more.
Yeah. I mean, they were playing this other clip, and then the woman in the podcast was like, I just felt like it could have been more. And Joe Budden's like, oh, that's the whole point.
That's the whole point of why you're asking for more.
Yeah, so that sort of was the catalyst to come up with this idea of just not being enough. And I think it's something that a lot of us go through.
But just to put it out there, it's not about like women wanting more or men feeling less. It's actually like a very general thing on like a human being's experience with like family, society, relationship, you know, these kind of things. It's like a very general take on like why we sometimes just don't feel like we're enough.
Yeah.
And I feel like generally like people like expect a lot.
Yeah, and I think it's a South Asian household thing. I think we can relate.
I won't say just South Asian, dude. It's a world thing, dude. It's such a global like phenomena. Like it's an experience that everybody goes through. Like you can speak to somebody from Ecuador, and the flow will be like, "Yeah, my parents still like expect so much from me."
Sure.
You know,
it's a combination of tough love and just.
But Southeast Asia definitely pushes that shit even more.
And I say that because I've experienced too in my own household, right? and my experiences in life. There's a lot of points in my life where I was made to feel like I wasn't enough, wasn't adequate, that I could do better. And it's a feeling that is prevalent in us. Some people turn it into a strength, some people suffer from it, but essentially us making that song was to sort of encapsulate how life can be, feeling like you're not enough, right? And that's why even the lyrics almost so close. I think there's like real feelings that we've all felt, and I've always wanted to write a song about it. It's something very close to me, very real to me, and it's crazy that it took AI to actually
encapsulate that emotions.
And put it, and the way that AI delivered his vocals, like, I don't think I could have ever put that kind of emotion in my vocals, you know. And
bro, we are in like I think that's one more thing also about, like, you know how like sometimes we celebrate people who can really sing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but like it becomes like a big gap between like celebrities and normal people. But when you put this AI out there, you cannot really like kind of tell who it is, and you don't kind of idolize the person because this is like something in the Matrix. You know. So I love that it's like narrowing the gap between a normal like 17-year-old kid can go on Suno today and hit like 3-4 prompts and get a song that sounds exactly like how he wants his emotions to be conveyed. As opposed to like, oh, only Celine Dion can do this. Only Mariah Carey can like bring forth these emotions. And I've always been on that side of like trying to fight for that, like a normal person, like trying to fight for the most like untalented, unskillful person to convey the emotions. That's the problem, right?
To make it accessible.
So I think Just So Enough, like, it did it for us. Just So I'm Enough did it for us.
Was it enough for us?
I think it gave us more than enough, more than what we wanted, actually. Would you say?
Like, I mean, it's funny because that was the first song, and at that point, to be honest, even I was still skeptical about should we really do this AI thing. But I remember hearing the performance of that vocal for Just So I'm Enough, and I immediately knew that no matter how hard I tried, I probably wouldn't be able to execute that emotion in that vocal. I mean, maybe not say impossible, but it was so good that there was no reason to change it. Like, it's pointless. Any effort after that is just me trying to inject myself into the record. It'll become a selfish thing. It's gonna become like, oh, it doesn't matter that it's good, it needs to be me.
That's, I think, one of the issues a lot of artists have with art. You know,
they want to inject yourselves into your art. You can't separate yourself from the art that you make.
Right.
And right?
Like the artist and the art.
I mean, when we talk about it in the external side, like when we can talk about artists who can't separate the art from the artist, it's fine. But when you talk about yourself, like, can you separate yourself from your own art? I don't think that's a conversation a lot of people have had yet.
I think it's like a ongoing battle artists have when they make art. You know, how much of this art is an extension of you? How much of that is an extension of you, and how important is it to sign your name on the art? You know what I mean?
Correct. Like, why we put tags on our beats, why you want to sign, like why you want to sign at the bottom of your painting. Is that sense of I say it goes back to ownership. You want to say it's yours. So let's talk about this. So there's just someone hears I'm So Enough in a random place, right? And then they're like in front of you, oh, this is a nice song. How soon before you say, oh, I made it? Or would you say, oh, it's AI?
I mean, it depends on the beginning of the conversation. Like, how do they hear this record? Do they hear it through me? Do they hear it randomly outside? Honestly, like, the whole idea of making this whole AI thing, for me, like, it doesn't matter whether it's us or not.
right? So that's the root of it. That separation, that letting
Because
go.
the most important thing for me is how, like, what feeling it gives. What feelings does the art give to you, and which conveys back to the message of just so I'm enough. Like, I don't need to meet your expectations.
Yeah,
I don't need to meet your expectation because I'm enough.
correct. I don't need to be on this record.
I don't need to be on this record.
Yeah.
Dude, it's a revolutionary thing. You have to think of like music as something that evolves.
Yeah.
Constant evolution. You cannot go back and sit down and be like, why is Da Vinci's name on the Mona Lisa? It's not about Da Vinci painting the Mona Lisa, dude.
Is his name on the Mona Lisa?
I'm not sure, but like, but nobody has like put that out. Right? I mean, what I'm saying is like, the Mona Lisa was revolutionary for its time. It's like this fella went and took a young flower, turned it into a blue powder, you know, made it like paint, went and took like some red brick, clay, whatever, turned it into a brown paint. And then like his canvas is something that, you know, people like stitch together kind of thing. Like, it was all revolutionary for its time. I think that was what, like, to me, that's what, like, you know, Mona Lisa was like, oh, you're like picture perfect capturing this with painting. It's like, okay, that's revolutionary. But like now, like, instead of like what the feeling it gives you, you're going back to the artist and being like, who is Da Vinci? I mean, we cannot stop ourselves from idolizing people. That's one of the problem with human beings, I would say.
Yeah.
Like, what is the need to like idolize? And when we idolize is why we try to meet people's expectation. Full circle goes back to the record. Because we idolize. We cannot stop from like, when we're so attracted to something, we just want to keep it with us. We just want to bring it everywhere. We just want to speak about it constantly. You know? And then we meet the person's expectations. Now suddenly it's like, oh, you have to make a number one Billboard chart record for some reason. It's like, bro.
Yep.
I mean, that's kind of fucking deep, dude. I mean, these things that we talk about in these records are like deep, dude. It's not some things that you just sit down and like dance to, like, you know. It's just like you gotta sit down and understand.
Yeah. How different do you think it would have been if we didn't use AI and we just did music the way we usually did it?
First of all, I would be very sad. I would like be like there is no evolution in what we've been doing.
Yeah, it's like you're doing the same thing.
Doing the same thing. That's one thing that I cannot take. Like I would say, like, I'm ambitious, but I'm not like expectatious. I don't know how to explain that. Being ambitious and being expectatious. You know?
So you had your own expectations also.
Like, the ambitions is, I mean, dude, expectation is a tricky thing. If you if you don't have expectation, do you expect to not have expectations? Is it an expectation?
No, it's
to not have expectation.
To me, it's freedom, right? To not expect, like.
But it's
to be honest with you, my approach to this whole AI album was I didn't have any expectations. I had to completely remove myself. Because, dude, the artist in me was like, no, dude, the initial stages, the artist in me was struggling. I was like, why are we doing this? There were some parts when I heard the verses or whatever, ChatGPT spewed out, I'll be like, oh my god, it's so whack, I can do a better job.
Right.
It took a lot of not having expectations from my end to be okay with it and be like, remove myself from this. This is something I'm having a great time with Orumari, just making this music in a way that we have not made music before. And it was very necessary for me to remove myself from it, for me to have an enjoyable experience. Because if the artist in me was like, oh, I need to make this better, I need to re-prompt this to make it better, it would have been a horrible experience. I would have been like, oh, AI is whack, I'm done. It was so important to prompt it one time, get it right, and accept it.
But you have been dealing with this, like like you put out this ADHD thing. You have been dealing with this, like not being able to put things out because you feel like it's not enough. Like the records were not enough.
Correct.
Like you had to polish it constantly and make it perfect, which is the idea of perfection, you know, which does not exist.
And also because my name is on it, right? It's because it's me. But in this case, I was so comfortable with just putting it out because I'd be like, hey guys, it's not me, it's AI. You know, that distance I have from it made it so comfortable for me to just let it go.
Right.
Which goes back to not enough. Yeah, it's interesting.
Do you want to just, okay, let me just try to go through a couple of like the lyrics lah. Let's see, just so I'm enough. First attempts at second-hand crowns. Man is enough, but they want a piece of me. War means defeat, there goes peace for me, almost so close. What is first attempts at second-hand crowns?
Again, it's something nice, something interesting about having a second-hand crown, right? Like a crown solidifies you. A crown makes you king, right? But the minute it's second-hand, it does something to the crown, does it? I don't know.
I mean, crowns are always not something that like you come out of the blue. It's like somebody's one
passed on, right?
Yeah, you're like taking in either your father's one or another kingdom's one. So like, you know, crowns are always second hand.
Yeah, so imagine the crown of being best artist, best rapper, whatever. First attempt. And it's not even a second hand crown. Like every year there's a best rapper, right?
Which is they got from the previous one lah.
Yeah, so I guess that's just a play on how sometimes we aim for something that wasn't even yours, or maybe it's about how it's temporary.
Dude, you know, you're talking about rappers, dude. When I look at this line, to me it's about relationships, dude. Which is like a very hard-hitting subject to speak about. But first attempts at second-hand crowns, dude. All of us have probably been in love or like, you know, like with someone before and things like that, and then you are like on a first attempt of like this second-hand crown. Now you trying to be the girl's boyfriend, or you trying to be like the boy's girlfriend. That's a first attempt on a second-hand crown, and that alone like will humble you down in a way. It's like you're like, it's not like it's very difficult today.
Yeah, it's like being somebody's first, right? It's like there's something nice about being somebody's first. But can you imagine how much you're denying yourself of if you only want to be the first?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like when I hear this line. Which is like not a lot of people can relate, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people can like feel this way when they try to like be in a relationship, or even people who are already in a relationship.
Yeah.
And going through it, you know. Anyway, that's like personal and stuff. Like, let people deal with that.
Yeah, so the second line, man is complete, but they want a piece of me. That's one of my favorite lines because think about it, like we are all born complete. We're meant to be complete, but you still want a piece of me, which implies that you're not complete.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Because why would you want a piece of me if you're complete? So again, I think from the main theme of the song, which is that void, and it's just re-emphasizing that we all have everything we need, but when you want a piece of me, it implies that you are not complete, right? That means you feel like you're not enough,
Right.
so therefore now you want a piece of me, despite knowing and understanding that man is complete.
Where did you even get this idea? Because I remember when we were making it, you said man is complete, but they want to visit me. Where did you where were you inspired by? Like, where did you get this idea of like man is complete? Like, what is this like understanding, which is so, I think it's
religious.
super dope,
I think it's borderline religious because we are made in God's image, and God made us perfect or imperfect. It depends how you view it. But to feel complete, to feel enough, right? And it's just that.
That's so interesting, man.
Yeah.
Man is complete. I mean, there's choices of words.
Don't you think when God made man, He made them complete? That's interesting because I guess if He did, then you would naturally feel enough.
Yeah.
Is that predicament of life, man? It's like you could have everything but still not feel enough. You could have all your limbs, all your legs, all your body parts working, and you still may not appreciate it.
Where does this idea of feeling like we're not enough comes from?
Dude, I asked ChatGPT this. I mean, obviously he gave this long answer, but apparently it's getting worse now because of the amount of options we have and how much screen time we have, and we see all these things that other people have.
Convenience of like things are in abundance and we need to kind of reach there.
Yeah, I think we feel a lot, it's just a lot more things out there that make us feel inadequate.
But whose fault is that? Is that it shouldn't be other people's fault that you feel not enough.
Man is complete, but they want a piece of me, bro. It goes back to that. It's like, it's on you.
It's on you. I mean, like, if people are serving you a buffet in abundance, doesn't mean you have to either eat all of it or even present another buffet to them. It's like you can always, like, I think it's the centeredness of like having a good like ground. Like, if you're grounded regardless in spirituality, or if not in like family or in like friendship, or grounded some way, one way or another, especially with yourself, then you will kind of like reach this kind of strength to overcome these temptations, desires, cravings, things that make you feel like you need to reach there.
I
don't know, it's just how I feel,